Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. My bad is lateness, greatness, all of that stuff. You know, United losing, then all of a sudden PR dialogue comes out as soon as Anthony leaves. Whoop-de-doo. Patrick Dorgu stuff, yada yada yada. Tottenham, yeah, we get it. They're crap. And yeah, man, Wolfie's still in the title race. Man City are back.
They're back.
All of a sudden. You know what I mean?
Liverpool, watch out.
Whoop-de-doo. Darwin Nunez has got like 62 GA or something in like 72 games. Should keep him then. All of this stuff is all coming out at once. Transfer news. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a good week for transfer news. It's the last 2 weeks, so I expect a lot to kind of eat up for pretty much all clubs, I would say. But maybe bar Manchester City, because obviously they got their business pretty much done and wrapped up. But anyways, what you lot saying? What you saying, Wolfie, man? It's just it's decent,
good, bro. I'm good. Like, is good, man.
You're looking 5 years younger. I wonder why.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Less stressed with Forest. It must be nice.
No, we ain't lost in nearly 2 months, man. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. I swear we gave you 3. At least 3.
That's ages ago, bro.
That wasn't 2 months ago. Come on, you can't be doing the brand new thing when I'm here, bro. Come on, man.
Bro, it was like, I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember how long ago it was. We ain't lost in the last 8 or 9 games, bro. It's I can't remember what those L's look like.
No, I see
saying that you're back, bro. You're back, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Wolfie. Yeah, I think I'm gonna come and catch you, bro. I'm just gonna say it from now on. Like,
I think you catch us.
I think we can. I think we can, because just like we do every year.
What are you saying the top 4 is? What are you saying the top 4 is?
Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest, and City. I'm not even putting Chelsea in that, bro.
I'm surprised you put an Arsenal in there, bro.
I'll put Arsenal in there because I feel like they'll still. Oh wait, they ain't got Saka in it. They ain't got
Saka.
No, but
Saka FC.
I mean,
bro, I'm telling you, it's us 2, Liverpool and Newcastle. That's the top 4.
You think Newcastle will make it? Because think about it. Yeah, do you think it's crazy if Arsenal genuinely don't sign like an attacker in this window? It doesn't matter where it is, like left wing, right wing, striker, whether it's a loan or not. At least one, because that's ridiculous. And I think that
you know what the mad thing is, right? If Jesus didn't get injured, they would definitely not sign a striker or an attacker, which tells you it wasn't in their plans. So if they do sign one, it's a panic signing. But they'll PR it up to say, yeah, we were going to do it anyway. That's the reality of it.
Imagine how painful that must be, knowing that you're so close to the finish line. All you need is one piece of the jigsaw left and your club. I don't know if it's the manager. The manager probably in the press conferences says that he wants it, or he might spin it because, he protects their club.
He said no. I don't know if the Arsenal fans will tell us in the chat, but I'm pretty sure a couple of weeks ago, he's like, no, we're fine. He doesn't like attackers, does he, man?
That's ridiculous still, yeah. That will piss me off because you're so close. Think about it. They're so close to genuinely competing, innit? If you think they're not competing already. And that's all they need, and they're not doing it, bro. Come on, man. So, yeah,
They've needed it for years. That's my issue with Arsenal. I got no beef with Arsenal apart from I would be frustrated if I was an Arsenal fan, knowing that
100%.
Every single fan outside of your club can see you've needed a striker for 2-3 years. You get rid of Aubameyang, forget all his, attitudes or whatever Arteta spun it as. Where was the replacement? Because he scored goals. He scored goals.
I mean, from your perspective, Wolfie, what is it like having a proper striker? Because obviously I know what it's like, but you, like, out of nowhere, flipping Chris Wood, bro.
You know what that is? You even have to admit it yourself there, Wolfie. That is a pretty much out of nowhere. Because I thought if one year could stay fit, I thought he'd be the one doing all of this. But with like Chris Wood all of a sudden turned into Woodinho, and you know what he is, I'm gonna liken this. He looks all right. People are gonna call me an absolute fool for this, maybe, but he's moving like Harry Kane. Link up. Like his own stature.
There is a little. Go
look at some of the passes he makes to Elanga. By the way, if you took out the Forest name and just thought someone's playing on the pitch, right? You'd actually think it's Harry Kane just because of how he looks, his stature, and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously his finishing's been really good as well, a little bit like that. And I thought, I'm not calling him Harry Kane, but I'm just saying he's moving like him. All of a sudden.
No, you're not far off. You're not far off. I'd say, you know what's surprising me? You know he's out of contract. Yeah, he's got 6 months left, and they haven't confirmed it. It looks like it will be. I'm surprised no one's thought, you know what, we should hijack this Chris Wood dude.
Because why would you leave somewhere where you're doing really well? But at the same time,
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying surely someone wants to. You know,
I feel like when someone plays for their contract, they play out their skin. As soon as they get a couple years, 3 years, there's the next year is just a drop. Well, more time than less, it's just a drop off.
I agree with you. That is my worry.
I would honestly just say, go on, you can leave. Go get the next big thing.
No way. I'm not gonna lie, Forest. Yeah,
you know what? You know what it is. I think with Chris Wood's age, like I know. By the way, look, it's just a small segment. It's just that I think sometimes you need to know when to move a striker on. But if the thing is, if you're moving a 1 year on, you can't move on Chris Wood at the same time.
He might be going West Ham.
Yeah, exactly. So that it wouldn't make no sense. But if a 1 year was there or another striker was there, I'd be like, yeah, you can leave. You done your thing. I don't think he's gonna find that form again and turn into a top striker in the league. Do you know what I mean? Like consistently.
I ain't too worried. Do you know why? Because we were gonna get your boy. Our recruitment's good. Marmoush was this close to signing for Forest in the summer for 25, bro. 25. Yeah, and you man's been paid 70 odd for him.
Don't act like it's not worth it, bro. We've seen the highlights now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm saying the difference. You're paying what 45 mil more than what he was 4 months ago, whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? That shows you. We were looking at Jimenez as well, over from Holland, the Mexican. In the summer, he's been bagging some goals in. We'll end up getting a Brazilian, and he'll be the next Murillo, but up front.
Yeah, Brazilian. The South American market seems to be where it's at. But by the way, guys, smash the like button. I know it's nice and early in the morning. I'm not even trying to even go for that long. I'll be real, but do smash the likes. I don't know what we're on, but all I know is definitely under the mark. But regardless, where do you want to start with? Man United or Spurs?
I think Jordz needs to answer a few questions.
Jordz ain't even here at the moment.
And he's gone running. Look, he's literally gone running now.
Should we start with Man United? Let's start with what about you lot in the comments? What quickly, United or Spurs?
Have you calmed down from yesterday, Cass?
Bro, that was a little bit. I was genuinely annoyed. I was genuinely annoyed. I'm not on YouTube. You probably can find entertainment levels. Some people get angry for no reason or like for show or whatever. But for me, I swear on my life, I was fuming. I was fuming, man. It's just. It is.
You know, your problem is that you've bottled it up, bro. You've been putting on this face.
But that's what happens within life, though. Like you know, you can only suppress so much before you flip it.
That's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you, you gotta let it out more often, bro. Little bursts, man. Little bursts.
You gotta understand, yeah. Like for me, I'm a host in it more time than being a personality. Like I can talk and give my opinion, but I can't be the way I need to be. So do you get it? It's a bit more difficult.
But are you willing to now admit?
No, and we're not talking about Manu like that. I'm hating this fucking agenda on Manu right now because that flipping top shit United stand decide they want to run an agenda and all of a sudden it becomes highlighted more and more and more. The guy's 19 years of age. Relax.
Yeah, but it's your fault.
He's playing out of position.
No. Obviously, you can suss a person out when you actually put them onto a level. Like obviously, I mess around and obviously I say like best player in the world. Who actually believes that? But the whole point is, you can criticize one, but now it's going too far. Like, you know, for me, there's a target. You can target players. Don't get me wrong. But when you consistently target like a 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 20-year-old, right, for no goddamn, and it goes beyond that game. It becomes a scapegoat. There's so much more issues at United than Kobe Manu. And it's like why is it with Manchester United fans, by the way, in particular, for me, why is it they always want to target the good footballers? But whenever it comes to these crap guys, it's all bit of passion.
Yeah, good for United.
Because it's your fault.
No, it's not. It's not really our fault.
Yeah, it is your fault.
Idiots.
It is your fault because you gas up these players. Do you know what? Right? I remember not last summer, but the summer before when you were in the US tour. I was watching you play. I can't remember who it was. It was like Real Madrid or something or whatever. Where he got injured. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
I was watching my mate, who's a Man U fan, right? And he was gassing him up through the roof, man. When he went off injured, it was like freaking Messi had gone down. Yeah. And I'm thinking, what's this idiot mate of mine doing? Then you go and see what all the other Man U fans are saying, and it was the same thing. This was the second coming. So when you gas someone up this big, you will knock him down. That's
but this is normal. This has been the case since years and years ago. Even my dad used to even tell me like stories about young players that come through the door, and you gas them up because they're the young thing, they're the next best thing. This is normal in every.
You do it with everyone. You do it with everyone.
No, I don't.
Don't you think that my is like Pogba part 2, bro? Don't you think? Because he's being misprofiled.
Yeah.
You think he's a 6? The guy's not a 6, bro.
No, he's not. He's not a 6. I don't think he's a 6 or
even an 8. He might be a 10, maybe.
No, exactly. He's a flipping attacking midfielder.
His academy career is literally left wing 10. That's pretty much where he's been. Like,
so you're playing him out of position and getting mad.
But the thing is, I hear it. He's just. He probably shouldn't. He shouldn't really be naturally at a club. You shouldn't really be a starter week in, week out at that age. Like you used to build players into that role unless you're that good. Rooney, for example, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And prodigies. Even Foden, when he came through the ranks, look how long it took him to get his starts. It took him a good few years. Do you know what I mean? But
you know the biggest problem, Cass.
Go on.
I worry about his engine, man, because he seems to gas out after like 60 minutes every single game, and it ain't like he's 33. You know what I'm saying?
No, but he shouldn't. Like, you can start 90, but
he loves a late night trip to McDonald's, man. It's simple. They told him lay off the Big Macs, bro. Luke Shaw been taking him out to get some food far too often, bro.
but this is why
both of them man have been on the injury table saying, "Yeah, what we ordering on the today, bro?"
I wouldn't have him in the 6'8" because he's always he don't know where to kind of be in the 6 or 8. So he goes to tell me he's never really played there. So learning that role there is going to be a lot more difficult, and also. He does leave a lot of space in behind him because when he does go further forward, it's like he's always looks like he's running backwards, like literally all the time when it comes to that positional sense, which ain't good because it's vacated quite too easily even. But
Cass,
I like him. I prefer him. Obviously in the left hand, I like him when he attacks those spaces. But my Man United's issue is here. Again, is always going to be that one man who's our captain, which is Bruno Fernandes. Because for me, Bruno's not a midfielder. He's an attacker, yeah? He's not a midfielder. United need to play with midfielders, yeah? And I'm not saying he's the biggest issue at United. I'm gonna take that as he's been quite good last couple of games, I admit. But last game, even, you're everywhere all over the pitch. Amron's spoken it. Players are changing positions, this, that, and the other. No structure. And when it comes to trying to boss a midfield, it's... With him there, it's so difficult. Why is it when, like, let's say Gibbs White played against us? Why is Bruno Fernandes not the best 10 on the pitch? Why is it when we come against Tottenham? Why is Kulusevski the best 10 on the pitch? When it usually comes to all these other 10s in the league, why are they better than this so-called phenom called Bruno Fernandes on the pitch? It's because he's not a 10. It's because he's not. No, it's because he's not. It's because he's not a 10. It's as simple as that. It's not the system. No, because you know what it is.
If he's not a 10, what is he?
For me, he's just like a second striker, bro. Like he's a 10, he's a 9.5.
What is a 10 then?
He's not a 10, he's not a natural 10.
He's a shadow striker, man.
He's a striker. He's a striker.
Literally in the same position.
No, he's not. He's not the 10. He's not the 10 I like.
It doesn't matter what you want to label it, man. That's
no, he's a 9.5, whatever you want to call it. I don't look at him as a
system. You cannot play with a two-man midfield. As soon as I saw this Amorim ball with a 3-4-3 with 2 in midfield, that's why Mainu looks shit. That's why he gasses out, because you're playing with a two-man midfield. Your 10s aren't doing their job. They're either too far up the pitch or too deep. You cannot play with a two-man midfield. You need a 3-man midfield. That will take the workload off Mainu. For sure, help him out, but you haven't got the players to put it in. This is what's hilarious. You can't even play a 3-man midfield.
Yeah, I don't really mind it. I like, you know what it is though. for me, yeah, personally, I don't mind exposing that these players can't play the positions. I know you need W's in this league, but I've already said it to you, Wolfie. Whether it's 15th or 8th, I couldn't give a toss because it's just a league. It's a final league position. It's embarrassing. Yeah, you're gonna have your laughs and everything, which is fair enough, bro. Like, by the end of the day, if you coach football, I've played football. I played football at a very good fucking level as well. Systems don't really matter as much. If you're good in general, like if you're capable, trust me, your team finds the way and you play. Do you get it? Now, when you come up against all these other teams, they got a little bit more than what Man United. Man United can play 4-3-3, and I've seen it under Ten Hag 4-2-3-1. However you see fit, a system definitely benefits. Of course, it does in some capacity. By the end of the day, United lack so much balance in terms of just physical flooring or technical flooring compared to your Bournemouths, Brightons, any mid-table team. Southampton even came to us, and look how easy it is. So even if United did play 4-2-3-1, Bruno in the 10, Minu and let's say guy in the 8s, the 6s, and they're more deep sitting, it don't make a difference. At the end of the day, you still got no outlets going further forward because we've got no attacking fullbacks, regardless of the case. And when it comes to these wing play, they can't even keep the ball anyways. Let's say Garnacho, for instance, or Rashford, let alone Højlund. The only one you got up there that can relieve any pressure is Xerxes or Ahmad, and that's the biggest issue. There's not enough of that. Look what you've got. The thing is, you play counter-attacking football, right? So it's easier that's probably where Bruno Fernandes would thrive in a transitional team. But when it comes to a team that's trying to be expansive, aka like a Tottenham, he would absolutely capitulate. And that's a fact.
Yeah, he would be. I've compared him to Pedro Porro at times. I think when Pedro Porro plays in the cam and he gets in those positions, that's what he plays. He plays like Bruno, just grenade. He's trying to punch the ball into every area, trying to force stuff to happen, trying to create something, but nothing's actually happening because he doesn't know how to move the ball and do little 1-2s and quick little bits of play. But I do think that as Wolfie said, like with United fans and with you, Cass, it's hard to be graceful and sit here and give you anything because at the start of the season, you predicted these players. There's not much of a difference. You said these players were going to perform, and you've now had different managers and so on. But with Ten Hag, with Amorim's a better manager than Ten Hag, so ultimately Amorim should be able to get better out of these players than Ten Hag is, but he's not. So clearly there's something as a way of, like I said, system and tactics. We can say tactically he's better than Ten Hag, but man management, there's clearly a problem here. A lot of these players aren't his, so maybe they're just not playing for the badge no more. But it's hard to give you any grace. And when you're saying, oh, look at these teams, they're more balanced, these teams are more because you never addressed any of this at the start of the season. And it's not like you have injuries now, whereas my team, I can look at and say, at the moment, our team's not that way. But at the start of the season, I wouldn't have addressed the team and said, we're not better than Nottingham Forest, we're not better than these teams. But at the moment, we're not. But with our first team available, I wouldn't say that. Whereas you would sit there and say with your first team, you're better than most of these teams. And now it's like,
yeah, you like to think so, but it's just the case is.
But I do hear you. I do hear you. A lot of the players are underperforming, so it's hard to gauge where the team is at when you've had so many underperformers.
Jordz, just to add to what you just said, right? Let's not forget the revisionism they're doing. Because let's not forget, this Man U fan base was there standing, applauding, because Jim will fix it, did his business early in the summer. Yeah? They didn't wait till the end of the summer and panic buy. They were all there saying, look at us, we're organized, getting our players in early. And not one of them was complaining about their transfer window. Yeah? But now it's the players' fault. It's the players. There's always a scapegoat because they're just protecting Amorim.
That's just disingenuous.
It's
man.
not.
It is.
Why?
Man.
Why?
Because it is. It's like I just don't understand.
Were you happy with the transfer window?
I think I am, to be fair. I just
were you happy that it was done early?
Yeah, kind of as well.
Okay.
To a degree.
So what's disingenuous about what I said?
You can't get 10 players in. This isn't Chelsea, bro. Like the ones that you've mentioned haven't done bad at United. It's just everything else surrounding. I've gone from watching, like you got deep this year. I've gone from watching Ibrahimovic to a young Martial and a young Rashford. I've gone from even like MG11.
You weren't even happy with that. You weren't even.
And that was a finished Ibrahimovic. Everyone complained about it, bro.
I was happy with that. To be fair, I wanted more. My whole thing, back then with the Ibrahimovic thing was midfielders. Like when Pogba was out, is what have we got going on? When Ibrahimovic, what have we got? We don't have much going on. See, I didn't mind that. We finished second with that team as well, and it was actually quite a good team. It's just overall, it's just bare injuries and it killed us. But whatever. I went for Mason Greenwood, generational talent in my opinion, but obviously he ruined himself. Martial when he was fit as well at that point. Rashford and whatnot. Like I've gone from these attacks to watching Højlund every week. I've gone from midfields of Pogba, Matic before his legs went, or Herrera and all that to, don't get me wrong, guys good, but everything else around it is absolutely awful. The thing is, there's been better teams. They've had better talents. It's hard to sustain anything when your attack can't score goals to alleviate any sort of pressures in defense. Attack is your best form of defense. And that is fact.
I just have to laugh, Cass, because our team is the exact opposite of yours. You say attack's a form of defense, but we can't defend for shit.
Yeah, but
we can attack. We can score goals. We just can't defend any, bro.
Your system, like, don't get me wrong, is I don't even mind it, to be fair. I just think you ain't got the players. Once one's out, once one piece goes, it all capitulates.
They lost to Ipswich with their players, then.
Yeah, I know, but it's
we only lost 3 games with our players this season. It's sort of over exaggerated about how bad Tottenham's first team play as well. We've lost 3 games this season with them in the Premier League.
Bro, how
many did you draw, Jordz?
I think 2 or 3. We've only drew 3 games. In fact, I think it was 1. I think it was Leicester and Arsenal. That's it. Not Arsenal. Leicester and
it was Leicester opening day, innit?
No, I think it was just Leicester. I'm pretty sure these players we only dropped points in 4 of the games that those players were playing in. Mm-hmm. Our back line, our full back line, anyway.
We switching up.
Even when players, there was still gaps. I think
in some games.
Yeah, in some games. Yeah, in some games. Obviously, maybe it wouldn't be as bad as it was now, but still not good enough. I don't think.
So right now, Jordz, are you basically down to bare bones in terms of squad depth because of injuries?
We have
I can't lie, I saw Draguson get absolutely like, bro. Do you see that step over, bro? From a guy called Indai,
bro. And the thing is, though, doing the Draguson thing is just low hanging fruit now because we all know his shit. We've cooked him how many times on the show? Like doing this, Draguson got cooked. Like, bro, Yoro got cooked. We know what to expect now, bro.
But this is Tottenham. This is what I'm saying. This is your squad depth, bro. These are your backup guys that you call when things are going wrong, and that's what he's doing, bro. I'm not letting
I don't. No, this is the thing, though. When you say it's your squad depth, it's like, these are players that have been brought in, but I don't think a lot of these are brought in by the manager. Some of them was, and the manager has to be culpable for the players that have been brought in, i.e. Brennan Johnson, i.e. Maddison, players that aren't performing, that he's obviously chose because he said when they came in, like he was a big fan of these players, they fit for his system and blah blah blah. So those 2 players he's culpable for those and them not performing. But the likes of Dragusin for me, everything about him is opposite to what an Ange centre back is. So I can't understand how Ange would have brought him in, especially with the way that the deal was done last January. He was looking at Todibo. Todibos fee was too much, so then we ended up reverting to Dragusin. So I don't really feel like he was an option for Spurs to come in, and it was like, this is going to be our guy. But also, I do think we do have to give the kid a little bit of grace because people do forget he's 22. Like, he's not like he's an experienced, because he looks a bit bigger, he looks a bit grown. People think that he's like a grown player supposed to come in the league and supposed to have a big impact. Nah, he's a young player that was supposed to come into Spurs, play a little bit of minutes and grow. He's not done that. The minutes he has played has been terrible, albeit, and I would agree and say he's not good enough for us. But he is a young player. So I do feel like I probably need to get off his back a little bit as well because he wasn't brought in to play this many games. He wasn't brought in to have this much of an impact. But he's been forced to.
So we can't call out Miney while we do Noni and Garnacho. Why the youngster for narrative for some, if saying Kobe should be criticised more because of Yora's balling. Noni's a 22-year-old going on what? 23-year-old man, bro. I didn't.
How is Noni in that conversation, by the way?
22 is not even mad grown like that. That's still young.
Yeah, but it's just like
a kid, man.
But the thing is, he's a mad experience for one. PSV in that he's been playing. The thing is, I don't think Noni gets mad. I don't think no one really cusses him out. It's like obviously my man called him a 1v1 demon, which I think he is good 1v1. It's more when Noni was more. We criticize him due to his inconsistency.
Man. It's just because in the
there's not a target. There's not a target on his back. Your own players, your own fans want him replaced. This is why you keep talking about right wingers all the time. I don't really see a hate train out or a hate mob out for like Madueke, but he's not a teenager. You're not a teenager, bro.
Well, Kobe's not. Kobe's 19. Kobe's 19, no, isn't he? Adult now. You're an adult after 18.
You're still a teenager in the game. You know what I mean? But you're not 22.
In the game of football, it also depends what level you played at and for how long as well. I think that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think that people pick and choose when they want to say he's a young player. Expedition.
Nah, yeah. But it's
true.
Like the thing is, it's you. Obviously, you might not know, but as soon as one channel was made a certain, like a certain clip or moment about Mainu now all I don't care if your rivals do it. Do what you do. You look got to do in it. But it's our fan base. It's now there's a target. Now you see bare tweets. Now you're seeing mad targets on his back. All of a sudden, that's unwarranted when there's absolute scrubs in everywhere else. But you want to talk. United fans love doing this. I said it to you, Wolfie. Was it at the start of this show or was it just before? I think it might have been at the start once. So I just said United fans love picking on players that can actually play football to a certain degree. Like actual, like, you know I'm talking about Pogba's, Martials, and all this kind of stuff. But when it comes to the passion merchants, yeah, it's all fine. We'll forget about it. Do you know what I mean? The only one you could say that's to a degree is obviously Maguire. But I don't hear nothing about Luke Shaw, bro. I don't hear nothing about all these other scrubs. Anyways.
Hanging fruit, innit?
Yeah, exactly. Does the panel think Spurs gets protected in the media? 100,000,000%.
Yep. Absolute rubbish. It's absolute rubbish.
The fans do it to themselves, man.
Spurs are constantly getting cooked in the media, for one. Spurs, they're always calling out, our Spurs aren't doing this, Spurs aren't doing this. Oh, look at Spurs. Look, we're constantly getting cooked in the media. Maybe not as the same as Chelsea did that season. People seem to forget Chelsea got cooked because of the amount of money they spent. And, I mean, the expectation to where they actually finished was huge.
Do you want to read the rest of the super chat then, Jordz?
Bro, he's just waffling.
I mean, obviously, I remember 21-22 season, Chelsea got cooked so much, I started blazing.
Did they?
You let Sky Sports turn you back to the green stuff. Wait, hold on. Let me get this straight.
I agree.
Sky Sports put you back on the green stuff. That's crazy.
You know, you keep hearing about Chelsea.
15th and lucky to stay up. 15th and lucky to stay up. Wait, who did you support? Chelsea? Oh, Chelsea. Yeah.
Bro, letting Sky Sports put you back on the
By the way, there's over 500 people in here. Lend me a hand, lend me a euro. I need more than 200, 300 likes by the end of this video, man. So please, and also subscribe if you're new and you've just come across, so you just don't forget. Get into the chat as well, man. It's nice to see a few new names. Anyways, but back to Spurs. No, George, you are protected, man.
100%. Hey, George, you literally
protected by who?
They're not protected. It's just the expectation isn't the same.
Maybe that's
how. I don't get how we're protected. We get cooked all the time. Spurs.
I don't feel like the mainstream media cook you to a level of other teams. And Mons, your opinion. No, I was going to say, Mons, you make a very good point. To be fair, if no one rates Tottenham this much or cares about Tottenham as we all so-called say, then obviously it's not going to be as highlighted as United, Arsenal, Liverpool,
the expectation
whatever.
Isn't high on Spurs at the moment.
Yeah.
Weren't expected to get top four. Spurs weren't expected to challenge for the league. So why are people going to be like Spurs?
George, where did you predict Spurs to finish at the start of the season?
I wait one sec as well. I don't usually respond on these channels like this. Then get the fuck out, bro. It's my channel. It's Monster's channel. We'll say what the hell we want whenever we want. It's not trying to dictate nothing.
I think it's a great point.
Shut up, Wolfie.
But yeah, with regards to where Spurs will finish, go on, do have protagonists.
Oh no, cooking Spurs is like telling people their shit stinks.
Where did you predict?
I didn't predict Spurs to finish in the top four.
Get rid of this guy. Get rid of this guy. Don't ever call me a fucking kidnapper, man. Anyways, sorry.
That's actually mad.
Get rid of him.
Damn.
That's love night in the chat, bro.
God damn.
I don't mind. You got to set an example, man. But this, you know what it is, yeah. Just to give a little bit of praise, Coppish model of how their chat is run, or Big Six Band how their chat is run, is exactly the same how I like this. So if you don't call it out, it becomes the norm and you allow it. Do you get it? I don't want that. So that's why I like the chat bit. You can cuss, but not like that.
No, definitely. That's no disrespect.
But yeah, no, I predict us finishing European places, isn't it? Yeah, battle for the European places. Wherever that is, would be wherever it lands, because obviously Champions League could be 5th this year, Europa League could be 6th and 7th, and Conference League 8th. So I just thought Europa League, European places, I thought top 4 might be a bit too much, considering where the other teams are at and where Tottenham's at, and our transfer windows haven't been good enough. But yeah, I'd say Europa League and all these things are...
Do you think
right now?
You think you're going to get Conference League, Jordz?
What?
Do you know it's too far ahead to think that far ahead, man? We got to focus on the next game. Like the managers would say, I focus on getting through my next one.
I saw a certain tweet from you,
Saturday. Let me just get through those games and then see how.
I saw a certain tweet from you about Levy, and obviously I think that was just in the heat of the moment, yeah. But with
don't quote me on that here, bro. Don't try to flame me up. You're being mad, Cass.
I mean, you're quite mad at the moment. I understand that you're in my boat, and it's just like you just think your head's hot in it, or at that time in it. But with Ange now, like, what realm do you sit in?
Do you know what it is? I've been like constant with this, innit? Like, whereas I feel like Ange, if he had the players, would be doing better. But ultimately, Ange don't have the players, and the board needs to choose whether they're going to back Ange.
Yeah.
Whether he's going to back Ange and give him the players he needs, or whether or whether we're just going to maintain these players and we get a new manager who's going to try and get the best out of these players. So it's down to the board, isn't it? It's down to the board what they want to do, what their goals are, and what the ambition for the club is. But ultimately, I think Ange should be doing better. He should have done better in that game yesterday. That game as a singular, like when I just look at that game, with the injuries, despite the injuries, Everton shouldn't be 3 goals up against us. It's a sackable offence, like straight up. You can get sacked for that
Dominic
game.
Calvert-Lewin, bro.
Yeah, that's it, bro. My man, like Dominic DCL, ballerina, twinkle toes through our back line like it was nothing. Got more fucking handbags than he does goals this season. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that because I've seen so many pictures with the Brer with handbags. I don't see him celebrating goals, bro.
Fam, do you remember when they had Ancelotti, and then Ancelotti compared him to Inzaghi, bro?
Crazy. DCL's an absolute, like, bro. The thing is, like I said, like, Spurs are just shit right now. Our team's shit. Our manager, quite frankly, is not doing enough to, make us better. But I still believe.
So when is it going to change then?
I still believe that the manager can be doing better with better players. He would be doing a lot better with better players. So, where does it change? I don't know. I don't have an answer for you. If you guys want me to go, does he get sacked today? I don't know. I want to know. I want to know the direction where my board wants to go. I need to know as a fan, do they have ambition to compete or do they want to be shit? So I can know how to approach these streams. Do I need to just sit here and say, yeah, we're shit? Or do I need to say that, yeah, we got ambition, we're going to do something? Because right now, I've been sat here for 18 days thinking, Spurs are going to sign someone. Spurs are going to do some fucking moves. 20 days into the window, we ain't done that. We got fucking...
you got a keeper, man. You got Kinky in goal, man.
Yeah. Everyone loving to copy my name now. I said Kinky, and everyone think that they can run with that like he's better than your goalkeeper. Anyway, you know them ways there. Like, he's Kinky. He's still good. He's still gonna do his thing. He's still growing. He didn't have a bad game.
You know what the definition of madness is? Insanity, sorry.
I know the definition of insanity. Doing the same thing. It's not going to be the same thing.
Correct.
Excuse me.
It is insanity.
You can define it in one word, man. Spurs.
All right, that's fine. Damn. But ultimately, we're not going to be doing the same thing if we have different players coming in. So that's.
But you did.
No, we didn't.
When your players are fit, you were still losing.
But we have 11 players out, so that's obviously not true.
Okay. Did you watch the Newcastle game? Did you watch the Newcastle game, Bournemouth this weekend?
Yeah, Bournemouth had injuries. Bournemouth's injuries only came a couple of weeks.
They complain about those injuries.
They have 7. We have 11.
Did they complain? Who do you think is more impacted? Bournemouth, whose capacity in their stadium is 12,000.
This is just a lot of rubbish. Yeah. You're going to do the small squad.
Do you think it's more impactful on Bournemouth to have 7 players injured or Spurs?
Different players,
all their money, all their Beyonce concerts to have 11.
Different players, different situations, different squad, different teams. You can see
different positions in the league as well.
Bournemouth are performing in where they're at. Cool. They're Bournemouth.
With injuries, yeah.
Different way. Teams play against Bournemouth differently. They don't play against Tottenham the same way they play against Bournemouth.
So it's the opposition's fault now. That's a new one.
Wolfie, you go on, Wolfie. You just talk.
You're
doing an irrelevant
Wolfie,
point.
I wonder why you're not
actually saying anything.
I wonder why you're not asking the same questions you've asked about my manager, even though my one's only just got in the door and not even had a transfer window, let alone he's got one, but let alone the players coming through the door.
Just warming up, bro.
I'm just thinking
we're just showing examples first. Don't worry, we're warming up. We're just showing examples first.
See, like Lai says, dude, so, or was it Lai? Was it Blaze? Blaze, did you say it? Along the lines of if they get protected a little bit. Wolfie's doing the exact same thing naturally right now, not asking the same question. It's mental.
No. We're warming up. What I'm doing is I'm debunking this whole thing that the Spurs fans hide behind about these injuries. And let's face it, right? These 10, 11 injuries are not first team players. They're not first names on the team sheet.
Stop telling me that they're not first.
All right,
team
tell
players.
me from these 11 injuries.
Wolf, we've done this so many times. I'm not going to go back and forth and tell you which players because we've actually done this on stream.
Because you can't tell me all.
You guys are sitting there telling me that my first team players aren't injured, and you just don't know Spurs. Just say you don't know our team.
Did I say that? Tell me from those 11 players who are the ones guaranteed first name on the team sheet. Go on.
Bro, I've literally gone through this. You guys know better than me clearly about my club, so you continue your point.
No, you tell me, man. You tell. I'm intrigued.
No, because you're telling me that they're not first team players. So you tell me. Go on, you continue your point because you're making so much sense right now. I'd love to know where you're going with it.
Okay, I'm saying you can maybe call 4 of those. Yeah, your 2 centre backs, the goalkeeper, but you got Kinky now, and who else? Who else?
I'm asking you. You tell me.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you're missing 3 starters for me.
Okay. If you say
what
so.
Are you saying?
Yeah,
out of those 11.
Clearly you know. I'm not. It's a pointless question for me to answer.
Yeah, because you can't.
I've gone around in circles. Wolfie, you should know by now. People have watched streams with me enough. I don't repeat myself numerous times. I'm just not in the business of doing that. I'm not going to go around in circles.
You are clearly making this out. Like your whole first 11
Spurs don't have first team players out. Cool. If you feel that way.
I think what Wolfie's saying is that your best players are still fit. For example, Hickman Son is probably your best player. Who are your best players? Your best players are still fit, right?
Who's that?
Your star players like Hingman Son.
You're telling me Bergval's our star player now. Makes sense.
Who?
Okay.
Who? What Son? That's the one I said.
Well, I don't know. That's what Wolfie just said. He said Bergval.
I'm saying Bergval's probably their best player right now. Are you disagreeing?
He's not a star player. He ain't established himself yet. But
agreed. But is he not their best player right now?
You're just waffling.
Yeah, right now, out of what they've got in it. I don't know. It's Kulusevski.
We have the most injuries in the league last season. We that was by numbers, right?
Yeah. Where did you finish?
Again, we had the most injuries in the league last season. We finished above you. That's all you need to worry about. And then this
finished
season,
5th. You finished 5th.
And then this season, right now, we have Vicario out. We have Udogie out. We have Romero out. We have Van der Ven out. You're missing a player.
Solanke.
Solanke.
Now
we have Bentancur. Okay, Solanke missed the last game. Bentancur's missed the last 3 games. So that's another 2. That's 6. Okay. You're missing a player. Put your other hand up, Wolfie. All right. So that's more than a first team. That's more than half the first team already. Okay. Wait. And let's not forget, Richarlison just came back yesterday, and that Ben Davies just came back for that last game. So those 2 just
Davies is a starter now.
Well, no, they're not. They're squad players. They got much
starting ahead of like.
My point is they just no. This you're not listening. I said they just came back. So prior to them coming back, we didn't have players filling those positions. We had the likes of Archie Gray playing centre back. Force.
Yeah, because you're now contradicting yourself. Yeah, because Solanke was out for all this period when you've been shit.
Okay, yeah? But Solanke's just he just went out. But that's my point. When he went out, Richarlison just came back. Richarlison was out that whole time.
Yeah, but Richarlison is a starter.
Player because Richarlison would be playing a lot of minutes.
You're not relying on Richarlison. That's not what you're telling me.
Well, Richarlison was relied upon last season. So how are you telling me we're not relying upon?
Okay, he's reliable.
Richarlison,
he's a starter now. Yeah, I hear.
No, that's good. If you're meant to be our rivals and you're relying on Richarlison, I hear. But listen, you see, what's no.
Wait, I don't get.
So wait,
wait. So how big is a first team squad?
We're talking about your first team.
Your first team.
Okay, but your first team is a squad, as in your first, let's say, core group of players. Every team has about 15 core group of players. 15 players who's their core group, their go-to subs, the players that are going to play all the minutes, the players that are going to rotate in and out. Every team has about 14, 15. Spurs have had about 7 or 8 of those out for the 9/10 of the season, if not 11 or 12 of them.
Bro, the
And
way
this is
you're
what I'm
moving, I'm
saying.
surprised you can put 11 on a field, bro. That like the way you talk, man. Seriously.
No,
Yeah,
for
we
real.
don't have much first team players on the field. I don't know if you listen. You don't listen. James Madison even said we had 11.
No, I'm saying I'm surprised you could even with
we
youth,
have 11
whatever,
senior players
put
in
11
training
on.
currently. Well, we can field a team because we have however many youngsters playing. We have the likes of Jed Spence, who fair enough, he's good
Jed
enough.
Spence is a youngster.
He is, but he's been embedded into the team. He's doing well. He's doing well. Can't
Give
say
him
nothing.
3 years to be embedded into your team, bro.
It's 2
My
seasons.
Lord.
No, it's not. You bought him the season we went up, bro. Don't try that one. You loaned him out twice.
This is his third
You
season.
loaned him out twice.
And this is okay. So this is his third season. So it's not been 3 seasons. This is his third season. Like I just said, it's been 2.
We're over halfway through it, bro. You can round it up. You can't round it down.
No, you can't round it up because we're still in the.
But he's embedded. He's embedded. I mean, this is the thing. Then Spurs in 3 years.
He
time
only
will be
had his
amazing.
first start within the last 6 weeks. I don't know, Wolfie. You wouldn't know about being a top team, but when you buy young players, sometimes you have to give them time to go on loan. You know,
You're right, man. 3 years.
You don't know about that.
How old is Jed Spence?
You're not top teams. You wouldn't know about being in that.
How old is Jed Spence? I mean, you're picking a player that I know probably better than you. But go on.
Done the same thing. Udogie done the same thing. Your club don't do that because you just ain't got.
All right. No. Stick with your Jed Spence story. How old is Jed Spence? How old?
You answer the question, bro. Why are you asking me these simple questions?
No, you're talking about Jed Spence, bro. The youth that you're embedding in for 3 years, as if he wasn't at Forest before that, yeah, and needs embedding
2 years.
in.
2 years. I know he was playing championship football, bro.
Okay, how old is he?
He was playing championship. I don't really, bro. You're asking me his age like I sit here and know all these fucking players.
Because you're talking about him like he's a youth.
24.
He's a youngster, bro. 23, 24. There's a young player. He's just coming through the ranks. He's doing his thing. Like, I don't know what you get. Like, just different players at different points of their career have different levels of experience. That's not that experience for his age. He's experienced in some other leagues and playing at a lower level.
Yeah, they wasted. A lot of his time was wasted by not being used. A lot of his time.
He was sent on loan majority of the time, man.
And even then, like it was minimal. Like it was like a little bit too late-ish, if that makes sense. I agree with you in that part. Jed
But
Spence
I don't know. I don't know why he's so focused on Jed Spence. That Wolfie's just
You
going
brought him
around.
up. You brought him up, not me.
I just said we played young players like Jed Spence, like Saar, like Bergwall, like Gray, players that are coming through. So you said, why do you have so many players? But I said, okay, because we have youngsters. We have youngsters coming through. And then you're going, oh, how old's Jed Spence? You're just going on irrelevant points, Wolfie. Irrelevant. Continue. Obviously,
George, you know what you're doing, yeah?
You're having so much fun right now. So continue the cooking, please.
I've got a serious question
It's
for you,
such a great
George,
one, right
bro. Serious question, yeah. Do you see any similarities between Ange and Bielsa at Leeds, bro? Because
Of course.
I can't lie. You see
Similarities in the way that
the
they play.
intensity, bro. This is probably why you're complaining about injuries, because certain people just can't hack inhumane pressures the way that you men have been able to play, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, so this is probably why you're getting all these injuries, because your manager's system is killing them, bro. He's actually, bro.
Yes, to an extent, but again, a lot of these injuries have been caused now, especially within the last 6 weeks, because the manager's been forced to play these players so many minutes. Solanke, literally 2-3 weeks ago, Ange come out in a press conference and said, like, outright, Solanke's playing too much minutes. We need some support from Solanke. Hopefully we can bring someone in to take some of the load off of him. And when Richie comes back, we're going to be helped by that. 2 weeks later, Solanke gets injured in training, knee injury, and is out for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Same thing. We've now got Werner and these players out, and some of these other ones. Like, he's not been allowed to rotate the squad as much as he's wanted to because of the amount of injuries that have been caused. Now, whether the question is the intensity that we play at is too high, I've already addressed that and said that I don't think the intensity we play at is sustainable. That's simple. But that's obviously been addressed as of recently with some of the tactical changes, but they've just not worked. But I'd like to see the tactical changes when we have our first team back.
Yeah. What's this? Jordz keeps mentioning how many players are out, but real question is how many of those players out have been playing good these days? Anyways, I'd only say I think he meant Van der Ven maybe, and Solanke. Rest are dog crap.
If you say so, Blaze. If you say so, but yeah, man. I don't know, like, how many players are these good? Most of them are good. Most of them would come back and slot into our team, and our team already set up. Yeah.
But one thing, moving on quickly, is Arsenal are falling behind Liverpool.
Where are
Liverpool-
Arsenal reps today, bro? I just deep like why have we got a fan?
No, the thing is, no. So obviously he's on the farm. The catcher's got like this personal stuff. Not directly, but like I've known this since last week. Like it will be around in moments just as of now. But obviously when it comes to Arsenal fans, after a week and after when they drop points and in the mud a little bit, you should know this by now, Jordz, man.
No, I know,
this is why I'm telling all of you lot, like, I'm on the hunt for, like, if anyone has got any videos of themselves, like, obviously online, YouTube talking football and whatnot, let me know, man. It'd be good to get some more personalities out there on to NAF, if possible. No matter who you support, to be fair. Because look at Wolfie all of a sudden. Got, like, a 50-year-old geezer who's killing everyone online, like, literally with his banner, so... I mean, there's hope for anyone.
He's only getting away with it because the team's decent right now. If your team was like it was last year,
he'd be.
Yeah,
but I got a feeling.
You got some credit in the bank because your team's good right now. That's what's happening.
And Wolfie, don't be humble about it either. Don't be humble. You need to rub it in these
about
fans'
it, bro.
faces, bro.
Yeah.
Rub it in, bro.
Liverpool are running away, and I'm pretty sure they're not no headliner, but Arsenal are a headliner as of now because, like Monster likes to say, peasants, fan speeches, runners. All of that stuff. You can't talk to me. Can you talk? Can you send him a message? I give you a message to send to him because he's way below my level. Once he's done all of that. But with Arsenal, does it get worse from here or does it get better?
They're done.
Like Saliba's only out for like 2 weeks, by the way. I think it's 2 weeks.
Arsenal can get better. Like, remember, their floor's still better than a lot of teams' ceilings. And they're not even at their floor. Like, they played well against Aston Villa. If you want to be honest, they played well against Aston Villa. It's just about, again, like we played well against Nottingham Forest, but we drew the game. It's the bottom line. You know what I'm saying? Results happen, results fumble, very fine margins in the Premier League. 2, you can switch off at any point in the game, even if you're the team on top. Like we did against Nottingham Forest, we switched off and they sucker punched us. Not even sucker punched us. They did what they've been doing to teams all season. You let us in on your goal, we're bagging, bro. We're bagging in it. And I think with Arsenal, they switched off. And I think Villa even got into the game. That momentum took the game their way at times as well. And, you know, when Tielemans hit the post and that and whatnot. So I think Arsenal can obviously improve, but I think there's also space for them to get worse because there's a lot of pressure on the players that are available. And I think the players that are available aren't like, I don't really see them as pressure players to deal with big moments like, you know, the way maybe Saka can. You know, and there was even question marks on whether Saka can produce in the big moments to get Arsenal over the line because he hasn't done it yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's never performed in pressure games, but you guys know what I'm getting at in terms of that, like the promised land and getting over the line and whatnot. So I'm not gonna, if I'm being fair, like Arsenal are still in it, but like they are like on the brink in it. They're on that brink where one more swing of the pendulum and it's looking real dark.
You know what? You know what? The matter, like just to add the other teams together as well, yeah, a little bit is the fact that dusty old ass Man City's been arse and cheeks all season. Are only 6 points behind. Do you get? But I'm talking about for your standard mics though.
6-0, bro.
It's nice for you to join the chat mics a little bit more today. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah,
I'm just being cheeky. I'm being cheeky. I'm joking. No, but it's actually a praise. You're 6 points behind a team that says stay humble. Eh? Do you get it? Now there's an attack that's absolute suffering over at Arsenal. They might get goals here and there, but it's just again, there's no movement even in the transfer window, like for them at the moment.
For real, if you want me to be honest, no, you go first.
No, you go.
Listen, if you want me to be honest, yeah, looking at Arsenal, it fills me as a Man City fan perspective with confidence, bro. Because I look at them, all they need to do is sign an attacker to get pushed to the next level, even if it's on loan. They just need someone to galvanize them up front, bro. And they're not going to do it. I've seen someone that said they're going to sign a fullback or a midfielder or something, bro. So I can't take them serious from a transfer perspective. And then on the pitch, I bet they appreciate Saka now. I bet they appreciate him now, bro. I'm starting to see now, obviously I'm not going to compare him to Foden, but I understand how important he is to their club, bro. Like Saka, Arsenal without Saka, the attack, I mean, obviously Trossard is all right, but listen, it's not the same. So yeah, and obviously people like Havertz as well, they get highlighted. So Arsenal, you can't really. I think it's just a mental block with them, innit? Because I think they're good enough. Arsenal are a threat. I respect them, but I think they've always got this mental block with pressure. So if the pressure's on, where it's going to be right now.
Man. Even quality is just like they don't even need more than one attacker. No, like
No,
that's the mad thing.
The bare
Like,
minimum
like
in the
United need
window,
more
bro.
than like 2 flipping wing backs or a whole squad. Like they legit for them for their respectable levels or where they want to be, they need more than one attacker. It goes beyond getting a striker. You need more than a striker at the moment. They need like when Saka's out, who do you play? I thought Waneri's I thought Odegaard's understudy was meant to be Waneri, not Waneri on the right. I feel like, is it just me or does it feel like Arteta likes players that feel like in his head, he's like, okay, that player can play 2 positions, so we don't need that position.
Before, he loves a
as well.
versatile player. He loves someone that can play 2 positions, can fill in a role. That's what he's perfect for. All of the defenders he signed, the Ben Whites, the Timbers, the Calafioris, they all play in multiple positions. That's what he's been looking for in all his players.
Yeah, he doesn't like specialists at all, which is why they're not going to win anything major, bro. Let's be honest now.
Exactly.
Havertz that can play 3 positions, all of them that do that. It's not sustainable for the big games. Let's be honest, bro.
He does stupid things, doesn't he? I mean, this party experiment at right back, for me, he's been their best player in midfield, and you're pushing him out, weakening in midfield. When you know what, he would have been better off putting Timber at right back and dropping Declan Rice into centre back if he was that low on numbers, and keeping Partey in midfield. I just don't get what this man does, man. It's exactly like you say. He thinks he can reinvent people into playing other positions that they're not designed for. He's their problem. Forget the striker issue. He's their problem.
And you see, Lewis Skelly as well. Is he left or right-footed, bro? Does anyone know?
He's left.
All right, cool. That makes sense. Because I was thinking they've got Tierney as well. They didn't need to put Thomas Partey at right back, bro.
I think that's why I said they should have played Declan Rice maybe there, because their best midfielder this season has been Partey in the middle of the park. Rice has actually got the legs or the cover. But my whole point is now, if I'm like, we talk about manager treatment of players, right, all the time, correct? And I think it's fair play in some instances. But you know, you've got an actual right back in Timber, then you've got an actual centre back in Kivior. Now, what does that send a message to Kivior? Do you get what I mean? It's like I'm not trusting you to play in this match, no matter what. And if his excuse, he's left-footed, he likes to play on the left, bun all that. Forget all of that.
Gabriel on that side, he could do cover out.
I'm pretty sure he could, to be fair, but even so, it's just I feel like, again, when it's come to this Aston Villa game, like last season, he done that thing where he put Havertz in left centre mid when he didn't need to. Do you remember that? He didn't need to. He was thriving up front. He was killing it, really. He was getting them games for them and whatnot. He's done it again. Like, Rice has more legs. Put him at right back. He can do that job. Partey in the middle, you can dictate whether it's Marino's meant to have legs with him, and then obviously Odegaard. It still works, and it'll probably solve their problems. And Declan Rice, that's the clamper, man. I'll guarantee that cross from Digne don't come in.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing with Arteta is he has to prove why he's right. What I mean is he has to prove. The reason why he keeps starting someone like Havertz is to justify why he spent that much money and to justify why he's their top earner, And the reason why he's putting Partey at right back so consistently, so they're playing someone. You see what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
He just it's egotistical, innit? And someone like that isn't gonna win you a major, bro. So I'll just keep on laughing.
No, I feel like you have to have an era of egotisticalness about you as a top manager. I think every top manager has an ego in it. I think you have to maintain yourself at the top level. But at the end of the day, it's always about your chains. Can you put your rings on the table? And when you change your play style to something that isn't going to sit well with the fan base, and the rivals are also going to pick at it because they're rivals, like what you said, you have to win something to justify what you're doing. The only people justified stinky football from certain top managers because they won things. Is Conte the most exciting manager to watch? No, but he wins things. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, the obvious one being Mourinho, but I don't even think that we talk about Conte, we talk about like Mourinho, and we say boring football. Like, but even on transition, Mourinho's football wasn't as bad on the eye as people say. I just think it's the easy way out when people talk about rubbish football. It's just that he preferred to play. I go as far as say it was different, and it wasn't maybe scintillating end to end like maybe a Jurgen Klopp or whatever. But the way Mourinho would transition was still it was fluid, bro. It was mad fluid. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just not the most exciting. I think Arsenal, their attack is, I think it's worse than what people used to call some of those Mourinho sides and whatnot at times. Obviously, against Villa, I think Arsenal were good against Villa. I'm going to keep that honest with that. I think Arsenal were good against Villa. I'm saying, but this season, the way they've kind of fallen off in terms of like those footballing patterns, I think it is real bad, innit? It's real bad. And you have to, especially when Arsenal fans, you're coming from, this is a fan base that have watched beautiful football for years. It's not like they've been used to shit ball. So when you break, so now that someone's changed to shit ball, it's calm. Like, this is, you know what I'm saying? It's not a norm for them. Like, this is alien to them anyway. So for them like, you must win, bro. You must win. You know, and I don't want to hear it. Because the attack is shit. No. When Saka was there, the football, he was still suffering, and he was getting a lot of his goals and he was getting a lot of his assists from corners. Not to knock that, but Saka was suffering a little bit from this style of play, receiving the ball back to play rather than receiving the ball in isolated situations. You know, Martinelli's been affected by it, but he's crap anyway, so it doesn't matter. But just an example.
Have you noticed, Monts, how bad their corners are now from that side of Odegaard? He just hits that first man so many times.
Yeah. It's the left corner that Arsenal are still a lot more dangerous from. The right corner now.
The Rice one is fine, but Odegaard's corners, they're missing Saka on that as well.
Yeah.
Forget what he's doing in game.
Yeah.
The corners as well.
And I would like to say, like, obviously, finally, it's like, I don't think it should go amiss a little bit, but the 6-0 should not be overlooked. Bro. Just because Ipswich haven't been battered only by Newcastle, I believe, this season at their gaff. They put up a good fight usually. I don't think it should get overlooked. Like, you see some players coming into form a little bit, and they got other players coming into their team. Phil Foden looked like he's found his mojo again, like recently as well. He's getting some goals and assists. I want Haaland as well, like getting his mojo. Just signed a brand new contract, 118 months or some crap like that. Basically,
10 years, bro.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like when I was saying few weeks ago, I think if you remember, Mons, I said don't write off Man City as of yet because they can put the winning runs together all of a sudden, and their players are due to hit some form at one point. They get a couple more signings, and they're above certain teams that were cussing them all season.
Not just signings, but man's got a young man called Mubamba, bro. I don't know if you might know about him. Some young
guy from West Ham, I know.
Yeah, bro. We got young players in it, like O'Reilly as well. Obviously, McCarthy is pushing for first. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's pushing for first team. I'm not saying he's ready yet, but that man.
Did he leave him, bro? Because we're linked to him.
Oh, bro.
McAtee. Oh no, not McAtee. McAtee.
Yeah, obviously my
yeah, good goal by the way. Kovacic's ball was exquisite.
Kovacic was doing what we signed him for the first time. Well, not the first time, but for a while, bro. Like, I actually see him outside the box creating like hella chances, bro. And then he obviously got to go outside the box as well. But I just think it was just comfortable for the first time in a while. I think everyone needs a 6-0 win, bro. That's what I'm gonna say in it, because 6-0, you can look at that win, you can be like, yeah, we're capable of winning 6-0. So it'll give you confidence for a majority of other games, bro. That's how I see it, bro. This is needed. Definitely needed, bro.
Yeah, last one as well, like quickly, is Monts. You're gonna give some Darwin Núñez prop.
Yeah, man. Shit guy finally scored, blood. It's mad, bro. It's mad. You know what I'm saying? It's mad. Do you know what it is? Again, he's a massive confidence player. I'm very much against resting your laurels on confidence players. That's why United are where they are. Rested their laurels on a guy that, you know, if his gal's fucking him right, then he's going to play well. If his gal's giving him grief, he's not going to play at all. You know what I'm saying? You can't rest your laurels on a man like that. You know what I'm saying? So the same goes with Núñez, bro. Like if you're trying to win leagues, you can't be worshipping these players like Núñez. Like, don't get me wrong, we know what player Núñez can be. On his day, he can be decent. This doesn't change my opinion. I still don't think he's good enough for Liverpool, but you still need to use every corner of your squad. You know, there are players like Minamino who I didn't actually think were good enough for Liverpool, but what did he do at times? Come clutch in a good few moments at Liverpool. So now that he's a squad player, I think it's great for his confidence to come clutch. And listen, man, he's had a few of these moments before, and I want him to do well, but I know he's not good enough for the club. But at the end of the day, I haven't slandered him or anything like that, because that was a massive 3 points. And again, I reiterate, you have to use every corner of your squad. Now, just because Núñez has saved Liverpool, he's equaled he beat his tally of goals this season, or / equaled his tally of goals this season in 2 minutes. And he has all season.
That's mad still.
Is he a new Origi?
No. Origi was way more clutch. But the thing is, and Origi is a better footballer. But the thing is, if Darwin,
Origi is shit, man.
People are acting like Darwin was playing well before those 2 goals. He's playing shit. He's doing fucking all. He was doing the same shit that he always does. But again, right place at the right time. I just think, there's just obviously a big discourse of whether he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough, but that doesn't mean he can't play football at all. It doesn't mean he's of zero use to Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? He's still there to score us goals. He will still score goals, and it's just whether we use him we're able to utilize him in the right way. When he's confident and he's firing, he can do great things. Maybe not consistently, and there's still parts of the game that lacks. But I'm happy for him, innit? I'm happy for him because he needed that. And yeah, man. Yeah, he needed that.
Arteta hasn't yet replaced Mesut and Albiet. Also, Emil Smith-Rowe's gone. There has to be a baller bring lined up behind the scenes. Maybe I'd go for Cunha Diblin panel. I mean, that would raise your. I think that would be good profiles for you. That would definitely be improvements in the squad, in my opinion. Don't know about anybody else. Diblin's a great right winger.
What was the question again?
Cunha and Diblin.
Cunha and Diblin.
Cunha's class.
Yeah, that was great against Man City one time.
And they both can play in the midfield if needed as well. Both of them, like in attacking spaces. So it goes hand in hand. That's exactly who I want for Man United. So, yeah. But anyways, big up to everyone as well. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you subscribe. If you're new, just don't forget. Just in case you do forget, you can go subscribe to everyone. Look at their channels. It's in the name tabs, like this little thing here. You can type it on YouTube if you want. This is going to go over to my channel. Going to do a brief segment on United, like transfers, yada yada yada. And yeah, has anyone else got anything to shout out? No.
No.
Nah.
Cool.
Monthlies.